let's say like a guy that's making, let's say he makes like 6 figures or just like $1 million every year. He's wanting to date down, or he's more willing to date down to it, and he doesn't care about the girl's income.
That's another component.
Like the guy doesn't care how much the girl makes.
Finance
doesn't
department.
really care about how funny she is. Doesn't really care about a lot of shit.
Does the coochie wop? No.
But I would say that guys will tend to date down while girls are looking at the top 10, top 5% of men, because
maybe financially.
Because we
I
do
know
like
so many
that.
girls
What is it
prefer
called?
other people.
Hypergamy?
No. The app that like oh, this is like the percent of men.
What do they mean?
Oh, I got
Like,
standards.
Yeah, I got standards. Like
What do you mean when you say top? How am I supposed to know what is the top 10% of men?
6 foot?
Okay, let me ask you
figures.
here.
Like
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on a dating app in the past?
No.
Okay, here's another question. What percentage of men would you say you find physically attractive?
Percentage.
Yeah. On a day-to-day basis,
20.
you're 20%.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Lauren, what about you? Let's say on Tinder or on Bumble or Hinge, if you're swiping on guys, what percentage of men would you say you swipe yes on?
Very few.
What percentage?
I don't know. 1 in 7, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so what is it?
Yeah,
15?
it's
15, 20%, about the
About-
same
yeah.
type of shit.
Tiffany, what about you? What percentage of
It's way less. Like,
here into the microphone, please?
probably like less than 10%.
Less than 10% of men you
I'm
find
going
attractive.
for different stuff like their bio, what they wrote, if their grammar's good. If they got filters, it's a no-go. Like,
Okay. If they have filters, it's no go.
yeah,
Okay.
no man should have
Dude.
no filters on no dating app.
Do you have filters
I
on your?
don't.
You have
Oh,
filters.
I have one filter. I have the
You have
sparkly
filters.
filter. What if
Okay.
it's overly dramatic where your eyes are?
But
like
okay, so you
doe
swipe
eyes?
on you swipe yes on less than 10% of men.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I would say like 10%.
10%
I'm
on dating
telling
apps.
you, like at the beginning, she was like,
Just answer
if,
the question.
hold on,
Just
if
answer
that
the-
guy
answer the
got that
question.
Riz, you can't get that Riz through a fucking profile. So we might have rated higher because
What?
we are meeting somebody in person.
What percentage of men do you
On
think
dating.
have game? I'd say there's less men who have game than there are good-looking men. So if you're looking at personality, you're looking at Riz. Okay, but just off appearance, on
Just off appearance
on dating apps, what
dating
percentage
apps.
of men do you swipe yes on?
15%. That's
Okay,
like so nice.
So you guys just essentially, I said women are chasing after the top 10 or 20% of men. All of you just admitted that you find somewhere between 10 and 20% of men.
Right, but
attractive.
she doesn't even have a dating app, and
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't be on there.
But whether it's in person, whether it's
I
on a
find
dating
men
app,
or people more attractive in person, like hands down.
that's totally
good.
fine.
That's good.
What's the
That's
point?
not the point.
The point is
That's
that
not
like
the
what
point.
the other
Get it now.
90% doesn't get no attention. Is that the point?
No,
'Cause
the
they
point.
do.
Okay, here's the point I'm trying to make. If you're chasing after a guy who is higher up than you, you're not going to be able to secure commitment from him, which is getting back to our original thing.
Ooh.
If you're chasing a guy of a certain status, certain physical attractiveness, certain finances, you're probably not going to be able to secure commitment from him because you are, frankly, most likely shooting out of your league. Here's the thing, right? Men, we will sleep with women that we have no intention of committing to. Well, we can sleep, like, you have to, there's a difference between sexual attraction and relationship attraction. So we can sleep with a girl, but we would never commit to her. So here's the thing, you're able to secure sex from men who are either socioeconomically or physically attractive, that are more attractive than you. They'll never commit to you, but you can get sex from them. So that answers your question about in your age range why you can't find commitment. Do you have any guys in the friend zone?
I had no questions about commitment.
No, you made a statement about commitment. Do you have any guys in your friend zone?
No.
Because they would commit to you, but you don't find them attractive. And that is the
You
major
said no.
crux of modern dating.
You definitely said no. You don't have no friends.
The
in
way
person.
that you made me forget my original question is
What-
disturbing.
What was your question?
I mean,
forgot.
I forget.
okay, well, you forget, apparently I forget, but I mean, you were talking about commitment. You said it was difficult for
No, because I
young
said, are you
women-
saying so? Then the other, my question personally was like, so what are you saying about the 10%? Are you saying the 90% get no attention from women, or that? I never said anything about commitment. I said, why are you
So
bringing up
I'll-
this 10%
sure.
of men?
So the other 80%, it's not that they get no attention from women, but I can give you this statistic. 1 in 3 men in the past year, they're either virgins or they've not had sex in the past year. 1 in 3 men. You definitely can't make that same statement about women. Women are having, more women are having sex than men are.
I feel like
Lauren seems to, I don't know if you disagree or.
No, I'm just like, sorry.
Yeah.
I was a little slow on the uptake there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, how's that
So
work?
we can, Eric, can you pull up the infographic just so we can show it? But the Washington Post released this in 2018. It was in 2018, I think it was at 28%. Yeah, 28% of men in the past year report they're either virgin or they've not had sex once in the past year. Eric, let me know when you have it.
It's not on the screen.
No, it's in the info. You have to pull it up from the infographics. Yeah, you have to open up the that thing. Yeah, if you can just drag it over. We'll get that up in just a sec. But Sophia, does that?
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, it just like seems to like not correspond to my question.
So wait, what is your question?
I said, what are you saying that the 90% of guys are ignored? That's what I was like. Why are you bringing up 10%? What about 10%? What about the other 90% of men?
So
Because
so
most women
there's
shoot for the 10%.
it's sorry, I
It's
should have.
But that's
it's like we are only interested in like a 10%, and then like the other 90%.
So that we're unfulfilled.
Yeah, they get pushed
That
off to the
seems
side.
so theoretical to me. It just doesn't. I don't
It's
see. I
real,
want to
though.
see some numbers.
like
I
we
see
always,
dudes
we
pulling.
always
I
have-
see
we always
ugly
have
dudes
something
pulling girls.
available.
I
all
feel
day.
like
They have money.
not every
No,
not
they
every
don't.
girl.
They be so bum.
Not every girl has that type of standard that you're trying to like
But, like, we
portray.
have-
Like
Eric, you can pull up. It's called Men Less Sex, and then also pull up OKC, OKC1, OKC2, and then also OKC Message, and then also pull up the one that's right next to OKC Message. It's just like screenshot 2019. Let me know when you have that ready to go. So wait, repeat what you were saying. Sorry there, Sophia. Go ahead.
I said, I don't think every girl goes for the 10%.
No, not
Like
every
these
girl.
seem like very generalized.
What percent
numbers?
of those girls? What percent of all the girls are going for 10%?
It's the Pareto principle. So it's
Is it 90%?
80% of women are chasing after the top 10, top 20% of men.
Okay, now we're getting into something. No,
Eric, do you have, go ahead, pull it up. Okay, so this
So-
is from the Washington Post. The most recent is from 2018. Young
1989.
men are driving the decline in sex. So this is the share of men and women between ages 18 and 30 reporting no sex in the past year. So in 2018 there's a 10% difference between women and men. I suspect in the past 4 years that number's risen to 1 in 3.
Isn't that before COVID?
This is before COVID, so it's probably much worse now.
BC, before COVID, which means I don't know about that. I don't know because
This is a
everyone's
trend.
been locked in the house, So why don't y'all retest that before
No,
we
exactly.
say that it was
so
just
it's worse now because everyone's been locked in.
It's
everyone's been
even
locked
worse.
out.
As you
So
said,
a
you
woman's
find-
gonna sit there and they gonna have their dude come to them.
It's even worse now because more people have been introduced to online dating.
Yeah.
And there's OnlyFans now, and more guys,
Okay.
more men are checking out of the dating marketplace because they're.
That's what I felt so
As you
bad.
said before, it's going to be more successful if you like meet them in person rather than a dating.
Yeah, but you can't meet them in person because you're locked in your house.
Yeah, but it's 2022 now.
Okay,
people are-
2021, you were locked in your house.
Okay. The point is that
It's a
one in
trend.
3 men in the past year between the ages of 18 and 30 are either virgins or have not had any sex. And there's a discrepancy there. So what that suggests to me is that there's a larger portion of women sleeping with a smaller pool of men.
I could see that. Everybody taking turns.
So those men have no incentive. Those men have no incentive to commit because they have. Why would they? They
Also, a lot
have
more
such an
people are
abundance
gay,
of
too.
choice. So.
So
think about it,
overall,
since
we're seeing a decline
2018.
in marriage.
But don't you think about
Well,
that?
that's-
Did
Yeah,
they
the
add
decline
that
in
into
marriage is
the
something completely
statistic?
different.
Did you hear me?
I'm trying to find like the overarching.
Did they add
tell
that
you.
into the statistic? Like from 2018, when were gay rights passed?
'Cause, like,
Like,
Wait,
'cause
what?
couldn't you put that into there? Like, okay,
What is
well now
that?
there's a lot more people that are openly gay, and they're gonna go mess with girls or boys, and it's not gonna be the same ratio of men to women messing with each other.
I mean, Eric, can you pull up the thing again? So it's 1989, 1998, 2008. So this is over the course of almost 30 years, or 30 years at this point. So, I mean, I assume this is heterosexual couples, but I mean, that's
why
kind
men don't get laid, because the girls in the house with their best friend having fun. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, actually, isn't it? Aren't there far more gay men than there
Probably.
are lesbian women? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Eric, can
Okay,
you
the
go
dudes
to
are
the
in
next
there
one?
diddling
That
each other's
That may
dangling.
not be true.
All right. So also, let's look at this. So, we should have had the. Can you go to the other one? Actually, shit. Can you go back? Sorry, my bad. I fucked that up. No, you go back. Go back.
It takes a special kind of stupid to talk about science on a
I
podcast.
like that one.
What?
Wait, what'd you say?
You're
literally just asking for
you're-
statistics.
You're asking for the proof.
I am talking
Okay,
about.
so this is
I'm like really interested in what
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about.
So you're
I'm
not,
sorry, that was offhand. That was not at you, Brian.
all right.
Can you relay the facts?
Yes. Okay. So this is from OkCupid. This is how men rate women in terms of physical attractiveness. So that's a bell curve there, right? That's pretty decent distribution. Go to the next one, Eric. That's scuffed. Yeah, but now StreamYard. Okay. Well, this is how women rate men. So women are much harsher
But
judges.
What are those? What are those blocks?
What?
What do you mean by that?
F11.
Very unattractive, and only a few.
So
There was
women are
0% were attractive.
what this is showing is that women are much harsher judges of
In general.
attractiveness. Eric, can you go to the next one? My bad. And then this is another interesting one. So the light blue is male recipients, the dark blue is female recipients. This is number of messages received versus the recipient's attractiveness. So you'll note that the most attractive men, if you look at the very far right of that graph, the most attractive men receive about the same messages as like a medium attractiveness woman. So that's the playing field.
Doesn't more messages equal less attractive?
What?
No, messages received, not sent.
Yeah, doesn't that mean
More people in a DM.
if they
The more
in
messages
general,
you
in
receive,
general than one person? Okay.
yeah, the more attractive you are, probably the more messages that you're going to receive. So.
Okay.